Alrighty, so what's good, everybody? I cover a wide variety of topics. All of those topics are somehow centered around masculinity. And in today's episode, we're going to be discussing 3 of the top stores that men can get cheap cologne from that smells fantastic. All right, so first and foremost, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let's get straight into it. So the first of 3, Burlington Coat Factory. Okay. Now, the reason why I say that they're in the top 3 is because when you go into Burlington, they have a lot of colognes to choose from. I'm talking at least 100 colognes for you to choose from. Okay. Now, the good thing about Burlington's and their cologne collection is that if you're already familiar with the fragrance that you want, let's just say that you really like Curve cologne or Calvin Klein or whatever brand that you're familiar with, whatever brand that you already have, but you just need some more of it. That's perfect, because more than likely when you go into Burlington, you're gonna find that. You're not gonna find the super high-end stuff. These are some of the older colognes, which is how they're able to make it such a low price point. Okay. Number 2 is Ross. Okay. Ross is even cheaper than Burlington's. Now, Ross doesn't have as many colognes as Burlington's has. Now, out of this top 3 list here for the cheapest colognes for men, Burlington's has the most to choose from. Ross is the lowest price. Okay. Bear with me. I'm gonna get to that third one. Okay. Now, with Ross being number 2, they have the lowest prices, but they don't have as many colognes to choose from. I mean, it's a decent amount. Let's just say that Burlington's has 100. Ross is probably at like 30. You know what I'm saying? Something around there, 30 to 35, depending on when they restock and things like that. You might want to call the store and see when they have their most colognes on hand. Matter of fact, I take that back. Ross, actually, they have their colognes in 2 different areas. Okay. So when you first walk in or somewhere in the front of the store, they have their more newer colognes, separated into like a display. Okay. So I take back what I said. So Ross probably has, I want to say, like 60 to 70 different colognes at any given time. They have some of the newer ones in a display case, the ones that cost a little bit more, but then they also have some that anybody can just see, for themselves without having to go, ask a cashier to open up the display. So they've got about probably like, I want to say like 25 to 30 that people can just freely access. You know what I'm saying? So still not as much as Burlington's. All right. But the price point for Ross, the lowest. I just picked up 2 colognes the other day from Ross. I picked up the, what is it called? The 360 Polo. I picked up the blue one and I picked up the red one. Both of them are great fragrances. $6.99 a piece. $14 for 2 bottles of cologne. $14. Okay. That's like as cheap as it gets, And to me, those 2 colognes smell great. The blue one kind of smells like a body wash to me, kind of like a blue body wash. The red one is like it's almost like a everyday fragrance. I really like that one too. But let's get into this third one. So now, this third one here, this is the best one to me, in my opinion. It's not the cheapest price, but I mean, it's still low. It's still cheap. It's still cheap, and it's still a great price. Don't get me wrong here, okay? Now, Ross has the cheapest price out of all these 3 that I'm naming here. Okay. Followed by, I want to say, this third one that I'm about to mention. All right. So this third one, best place to get cheap cologne for men that smells great. The third one is Marshall's. Marshall's Home Goods. It may be called something else around where you live at, but where I live, it's called Marshall's or Marshall's Home Goods. Now, this is my personal favorite one. It's not the cheapest of the cheapest like Ross is. But the reason why Marshall's or Marshall's/Home Goods is my absolute favorite one for the cheapest fragrances is because when you go to Marshall's, okay, they have a lot of the colognes that you can actually smell. Okay. Now with Burlington's, like I said, you got to be familiar with what you already like, I wouldn't really suggest to go into Burlington's blind buying a fragrance, because sometimes their return policy can be kind of iffy. You may buy the cologne because you looked at a lot of reviews and said it was good, but you get it home, you open it up, you take it out the plastic and the packaging and you don't like it. and now they're giving you a hard time returning it. So it just depends on which Burlington store you buy it from. Each store is different. Each store has their own policy as far as what I know. So that's why Marshall's is my #1 choice, because now they have a lot of off-brand colognes, you know, a lot of brands that you've never heard of, some of the brands you have. Now, just like with Ross though, just like with Ross, Marshall's, they have a section kind of off to the side where they have the more, you know, kind of like the more newer fragrances. They cost a little bit more. They're off into their own little display. They're locked up and things like that. So they have a good amount of colognes to select from as well. So it depends on, you know, your budget, I guess you would say. If you can afford the more premium colognes that are in the display at Marshall's or in a display at Ross, then go for it. But now if you really want to get the cheapest of the cheapest, the ones that are openly on display for anybody to touch and smell at Marshall's, again, that's the key thing. At Marshall's, you can smell most of the fragrances. They're sitting right there. People are already, you know, smelling them and things like that. And now you can really get a feel, especially if you're going to be blind buying something or you're not familiar with a certain fragrance or a certain brand. Just pop it open right there, smell it. I mean, even with them, what they allow you to do at Marshall's, like say it's in the container, but it's freely sitting out. It's not outside the it's outside the display. Okay, and it doesn't have like a security tag on it or something like that. Basically, it's kind of like an unwritten rule. Okay, you just open up the packaging, open it up, you know, spray it, see if you like the way that it smells. So that's why Marshall's is my #1 go-to spot for men's cheap cologne that smells great. All right, so hopefully this information can help somebody out there. I'm gonna leave a link for my Cash App in the description here. Okay, so if you feel like this video helped you out in any type of way, hey, feel free to hit that Cash App. You know, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Feel free to chime in as well. You know, maybe you have some different input, maybe you have some different advice or experiences in regards to getting cheap men's fragrances. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Also, you guys, I also do haircut videos as well. If you guys are interested in getting some trimmers, keep your beard crispy, keep your lining crispy, all that good stuff. I'm bald, as you guys can see, but if you're just interested in just staying crispy out here, I can get you guys a discount on some trimmers. They're called U-Free trimmers. They're pretty good. I've used them a few times now. They're fantastic. So if you guys follow the link in this description of this video for the U-Free hair trimmers, I can get you guys a 15% discount. I can get you guys some money off. The clippers are already at a fantastic price. You know, they're at $30, so you'll get 15% off of that if you choose to get the clippers. So yeah, check out those 3 stores right there: Burlington Co Factory, Marshalls / Home Goods, and then also Ross. Okay, those are my 3 go-to cheap stores for men's colognes that smell great. So don't forget, you guys, to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. Also, don't forget the Cash App if you want to leave something in the Cash App, you guys. So peace out. I'm about to go get me a little workout in real quick on my lunch break here at work. Peace out, you guys. Have a good one. Hit that subscribe button though.